What's up, everybody? My name is Adam, aka Cornercutter, and welcome back to my channel, Cornercutter Away. I'm really excited to get these reaction videos going, and I figured there's no better place to start than with my #1 source of information, the Midas Touch Network. Let's go ahead and check and see what they've got for us today.
You can't be a successful Democratic politician in 2025 unless you bully the hell out of Donald Trump. You can't let the misinformation that Trump spreads fill the void. You have to flip the script. You have to bully him. You have to mock him. You have to treat him like the vile piece of trash that he is. And you stand up and you stand strong, and he backs down like he always has in his life, because he is a weak, pathetic loser who has bankrupted many businesses. He's a sexual abuser, disgusting human being. He's found liable of sexual abuse. He's a felon, convicted 34 times over on 34 felony counts. He's been found liable for fraud. You stand up to this guy and he backs down like a loser. That's why I like California Governor Gavin Newsom's approach lately, where he goes on social media and he bullies Donald Trump. He goes on the offense and he mocks him. Like this, Donald Trump gives a speech yesterday where Donald Trump's like, prices are down on gasoline. We hit $1.99 a gallon. He goes, but those gas prices in California, they're like $8 a gallon, which is false on all aspects. There's no gas anywhere that's $1.99, and it's not $8 a gallon in California. So what does California Governor Gavin Newsom do? Goes on the offense. He shows a photo of the Lolita Express, Jeffrey Epstein's disgusting airplane that Donald Trump flew on numerous times with his best pal, Jeffrey Epstein. By the way, Donald Trump used Epstein's jet as Donald Trump's own campaign jet in 2024. Yeah, but the Gulfstream used by Epstein was what Donald Trump wrapped in Trump 2024 and flew around. But I digress. California Governor Gavin Newsom posts the interior of Epstein's Lolita Express, and this is what Newsom writes. In this rant, Swollen Ankles says gas prices in California are $8. Maybe he's talking about private jet fuel. He's an expert on that. After all those flights with Jeffrey on the Lolita Express, boom, you call Donald Trump, absolutely, you call him Swollen Ankle Boy. Call him Swollen Ankle Boy, and then say maybe you're an expert because you know the price of fuel on Gulfstreams because you flew on it with Jeffrey Epstein. Swollen Ankle Boy, boom. That's how you got to do it. That's the same way Governor Newsom calls Stephen Miller a fascist cuck. Do it. That's what you got to do. Governor Newsom posted a video with a Coldplay song. I'm not going to play it because Coldplay has the copyright, but it is a video of Jeffrey Epstein hugging Donald Trump like what went down at the Coldplay concert in Massachusetts, where those workers at that company, Astronomer, were caught cheating on their spouses. And it is Epstein hugging Donald Trump. Boom, brilliant, love it. Then you have Governor Newsom post a photo of the vice president and of J.D. Vance, and it's posted over the fact that beef prices are skyrocketing right now. Beef prices are now at a record high, and it's a photo of J.D. Vance looking kind of like chubby with a little lollipop in his hand, going, please, please say thank you. Please say thank you, please. Mock him. That's how J.D. Vance sounds. That's what you got to do. Mock the crap out of you. Please, I'm J.D. Vance. Please say thank you for raising your prices. I'm J.D. All right. So then you have right here, though, the White House posts a photo of the White House saying she's in her golden age. The White House is in her golden age. What does Governor Newsom post? A photo of a golden toilet bowl. The golden age under Trump is a freaking toilet bowl. Boom. That's how you got to bully him. And then you come with facts. Go on the offense. Right now, Fox was reporting that General Motors shares are crashing. Their stock is diving 7% after the auto giant reported a 32% slump in quarterly profits due to a $1.1 billion hit from the tariffs, which GM says will worsen in the current quarter. Governor Newsom posts, team up with Donald Trump and you're guaranteed to get screwed. General Motors is learning the hard way. Others should pay attention to avoid their mistakes. Let's play the video that Newsom posted. Let's play it.
General Motors shares T-boned by tariffs. The stock is diving several percentage points here, 7+% after the auto giant reported a 32% slump in quarterly profits due to a $1.1 billion hit from the tariffs, which GM says will actually worsen in the current quarter.
Love it. And then Newsom starts addressing some serious topics, and he posts the following, like this article from Fast Company, which says, would you skip dinner or buy a backpack? 54% of parents say yes. While back-to-school shopping is certainly an end-of-summer expense that many families dread, this year is shaping up to be even more financially straining. Binders, backpacks, calculators, and even laptops, which about 94% of high school students use, definitely don't come cheap. This year, the stress over having to purchase these items seems to have increased significantly because of the disastrous economy for Main Street right now. And Governor Newsom says no parent should have to choose between dinner and a backpack, but Trump's policies are forcing that choice. This was posted from Red State. Department of Defense wrecks Gavin Newsom's lame attack on National Guard deployment in LA. Governor Newsom responds, we've seen better deployments in the video game Call of Duty. At least those had objectives.
So I'll be honest, since I started working from home, I began to swear off all jeans. Being in my house, wanting to feel comfortable with stiff denim just doesn't work. These jeans move at the perfect jean.
Then Newsom comes with other receipts. Like the California National Guard right now could use members not to be positioned right around office buildings in Los Angeles, but because we're in fire season right now, so Newsom writes, California could use our National Guard right now to fight wildfires and stop fentanyl at the border. Instead, Trump has them standing around for a photo op. Return our soldiers now. And then Newsom starts to cite the Los Angeles Times article. There's not much to do, says one U.S. Marine himself, that the House Republicans repost. The art of the deal. It's a flag of the United States and Japan. Donald Trump claims there's a trade deal with Japan, although the Japanese Prime Minister Ashiba just resigned in disgrace following Trump announcing this trade deal, and after Ashiba lost a major election in the upper chamber of Japan's recent election. And then Governor Newsom's office posts, CNBC analysis shows Walmart prices increased as much as 51% following tariffs. In other words, that's what you think the art of the deal is? Walmart is charging 51% more. Even Trump's supposed trade deal with Japan is now putting a 15% tariff, aka a tax, on Americans from getting things from Japan, so they'll be 15% more expensive. That is significant. Stephen Miller goes on Fox and says, if you look at the photos of the Empire State Building being built, you don't see any illegal aliens. When you look at the photos of the NASA control room during the moon landing, you don't see any illegal aliens. Americans built, sustained, and powered this country for 2 centuries, to which Governor Newsom responds, Voldemort is out here confusing a person's skin color with immigration status. What's your take, racism dog? Governor Newsom then goes, hey, real Donald Trump, have you gotten your fill of playing military dictator in LA yet? End your occupation now. He has a count of the days that Donald Trump is playing dictator in Los Angeles, which the people here absolutely hate. And Governor Newsom's gone viral as well. In addition to his posts, I see on TikTok, for example, this video where Governor Newsom was asked, a reporter's like, do you think it's irresponsible that you're calling Stephen Miller a fascist cuck if you're trying to differentiate yourself from Donald Trump? And Newsom's like, nah, he is a fascist cuck. And I'm going to call him out. That's the language that they use. The one thing that this TikToker, I don't think recognized, Stephen Chung is Donald Donald Trump's communications director. That's why he was referring to Stephen Chung as Chung and then Stephen Miller separately. But other than that, this TikToker got it right. Here, play this clip.
Tell me why a reporter asked Gavin Newsom why he called Stephen Miller a cuck. And he really said, because he is one, and I'd do it again.
Your personal and your governor's press office social media accounts have taken a much more aggressive tone over the last couple of weeks. Recently, the press office called Stephen Miller a cuck on Twitter. How do you differentiate yourself from Trump if you're using the state and personal social media accounts to name
What's the point? You differentiate.
Well, it's a response to Stephen Chung in the White House.
Pause, he said Stephen Chung?
And his use of that word. I don't think they understand any other kind of language, so.
Period.
I have no apologies for standing tall and firm and pushing back against their cruelty. And if it requires more clear language, requires a recognition that things have radically changed with Trump presidency, then I will assert myself as I feel fit. And I'll do so with clarity and conviction.
And then here's a video that Gavin Newsom posted on TikTok about how in Trump's America, people are literally being disappeared off our streets. This is from Pods Save America. Here, play this clip is what he posts from his interview. Play this clip.
People quite literally are being disappeared. And it's not an exaggeration. I mean, I was with a 16-year-old kid. Mom and dad disappeared, born in Ventura County, and was still in school while the raid occurred.
It's getting worse. It's going to get worse. These communities in Los Angeles, mostly Latino communities, immigrant communities, are being terrorized by these ICE agents wearing masks, throwing people into unmarked cars.
It's one thing for Trump to advance this. It's another to see Speaker Johnson and these goddamn guys just completely complicit in this moment. You know, and as he's sitting here quoting Bible verses.
And then finally over here, you have Governor Newsom announcing that California will keep open the critical suicide prevention line for LGBTQ plus youth, stepping in after Trump pulled the funding. California steps in to keep the LGBTQ plus crisis line alive after federal cuts. I mean, that's what you're cutting, the LGBTQ plus suicide line. The Trump regime is eviscerating emergency food aid that could keep people alive. I mean, how horrific is that? Anyway, you got to flip the script on Trump. Newsom is doing a great job at it. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million.
Okay, so that was Ben Meiselas and the Midas Touch Network. Like I said, they're my #1 source of information at this point, and there's a lot of other stuff that I watch too. We're going to get to those and some other reaction videos. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. There will be links in the description for the original Midas Touch video. I'm also wanting to engage in dialogue, so if you'd like, please come join my Discord server. There will be a link for that in the description. Again, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Till next time, Cornercutter away! Wake up! Get turned up, turn up, wake up! Get turned up, turn up, wake up!